This content is brought to you by Mazunder Academy.
Hello everyone. In this session, we will see some standard mathematical functions like square root function, absolute function, logarithmic function, exponential function, factorial function, combination function, length function, max function, mean function, sine function, cosine function, number of characters, summation function, floor function, ceiling function, round function, repetition function, remove function, plotting function, then sorting function. So here is the first function sqrt. Sqrt is for square root. As you can see in the screen, square root of 16. If I run square root of 16, I will get 4. So you can see the output here. It is 4. By the way, let me clear the output. Control L. ABS function, that is absolute value function. So you know absolute value of any negative number will be a positive number, and of course for positive number is always a positive number. So absolute value of -4, if you run, you will get 4. Next is log function. Log of x comma y, that is x is the number and y is the base. For example, we want to find out log of 100 to the base 10, and we know it is 2. So let me see. The answer is 2 here. Next is exponential function. If we want to find out e power something, then how can you find out exp of that number? So it will give you the exponential value. For example, e power 2, you can use calculator and check. It will be 7.389056. Next one is factorial. So the factorial of any number. So the factorial function will be used to evaluate factorial of any number, and factorial of 4 is 24. Next, if you want to find out the combination 5C3, for example, then how can you write? Choose 5, 3, and if you run, you will get 10. 5C3 is 10. Then length function is a very important function. Length is used to count how many data available in a variable or vector. For example, for me in v, variable v, which is a vector, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8. And if we calculate the length of v, then it will give me 5, because there are 5 elements here in v. So this length will be used a lot whenever you want to calculate how many data in a variable, then you will use length function. Then maximum and minimum function, already we have studied max of v. For example, the highest value in the vector v is 8. Then minimum means lowest value is 2. It is here, you can see. Then sine function. So sine function is the syntax here, sine x. Here by default x will take as radian value, and if you want to pass any degree value, then you have to convert this into degree. So for example, if I write sine 30, it will give me the radian value. This is the radian value of sine 30. But if suppose I have sine 30 degree, then you have to multiply 30 with pi divided by 180. In that case, it will consider this as it will become degree. And if you run it, then you will get 0.5, that is half. Sine 30 degree is half. Next is nchar function. So nchar function counts the number of characters including spaces. For example, print nchar, and this is a string. Say for example, so here how many characters we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I run it, I will get 8. Similarly, then sum function already we have used. It gives us the sum of the numbers inside as an argument or sum of the data in a vector. So here if you add them, you will get 16. Very important function is floor function. Floor function finds the greatest integer value less than or equal to x. For example, floor of 2.35, your answer will be 2. If you run, you will get 2. And its opposite is ceiling function. So ceiling function will find the smallest integer greater than or equal to x. For example, ceiling 2.35 will give me 3. Ceiling value is 3. Then next function is round. If you want to round a data up to a given decimal places, then it can be written like this: round, then the data which you want to round and the number of decimal place you want. So if you run it, output will be 23.46 because 4, 5 and after 5 is third digit is greater than or equal to 5. So it will increase 1 in the second digit after decimal and it will become 4, 6. Next is repeat function. If you want to repeat something some number of times, then you will mention it like, for example, I want to repeat 12 4 times. Then you will write the code rep 12 times equal to 4 and it will repeat 12 4 times. You can see in the output. Then you can use this as a text also. You can see in the next code, probability I want to repeat 3 times, so it will repeat. Next function is rm. Rm function is used if you want to remove a variable from the memory. Already there is a variable in your memory. For example, I can see b. B is a variable here already created, its value is 2. I want to delete this variable, so I can write rm b and run it. So you can see b already eloped from here. So you can see b is deleted from the list of variable. Next, if I want to clear all the memory, all the variables I want to clear, then this is the code rm then bracket list equal to ls. This all equal to true is optional. If you do not give, it will automatically take all equal to true. And if you run, you can see all the history, environment, all the variables deleted. There is no variable right now available. Those variables that you have created earlier, everything deleted now. Next, plot function. The plot function is used to plot any graph. Say for example, I have x equal to minus 10 to 10, minus 10, minus 9, minus 8, like this up to 10. And y equal to a function which is absolute value of x. So if you see just how the value of x, and if you want to see what is the value of y, then you just run it. You can see x is minus 10 to 10 and y is the absolute value corresponding to each one. Now I want to draw a graph in between these two. So let me make this area should be little bigger because the graph will appear here. So see, the plot is the function between x and y, and type equal to b. Type is b means both. Both means line and point, both will appear. I will show you by changing that. Then color is blue. You can give any color. Here I am not going for any formatting, that we will see it later. Now just with minimum formatting I will draw the graph. So if I run it, you can see the graph drawing here. It is the graph for the absolute value function between -10 to 10. So I have written B here. If I write L, then you can see it will be just a line. And there is another one. If I write P, then it will be just point. Color, instead of blue, you can make it red. Then the points or lines, whatever you will mention, it will be changed. Then we can give the other formattings. We can give name. Suppose if you want to give, then main. Okay, main equal to some name you give. Say for example, graph of absolute value function. So if you run it, this will appear here. If you want to give some name for x, then x lab, then y lab, that will come. We'll see it later. Okay, or even if you want to see it, you can give x lab equal to, you can give here values of x, and y level, you can give y lab equal to mod of x, something, whatever you want. And if you run, this will come here, values of x in x, mod of x, y, like that. Next function is sort data. Suppose you have a data here, x equal to 3, 2,5 minus 1, 10. You want to sort. So sorting can be done in ascending order or descending order. So if you just write sort x, by default it will be sorting in ascending order. So if you run, you can see from lowest to highest. If you want to sort the data in descending order, then you have to mention sort the variable name or the data set, and then decreasing equal to true. In that case, it will sort the data in descending order. So you can see here output. Now sometime we may have a data frame which we have to sort based on some particular column value. For example, let me say sort the data frame based on some column value. Let me import a data set. Already we have seen in the previous lecture how to import. So let me import this result data set. It is basically a data frame. So this data frame is imported here. And for example, I want to sort the data based on the total marks. Okay. I want to sort this data frame or this data set based on the total marks column. So how can we do that? So first of all, you have to install the package dplyr. I already installed, so it is asking me again. So I will just say yes. It will take little time. Then you have to load this dplyr package into the library. So library dplyr. Now this result data is available for use. So we will use it for sorting. Now arrange is the function that will do our work. Now we have given a name, result sorted ascending order. Just for understanding, we have given this long name. You can give short name, RA or something. And arrange is the function that will do the arrangement of this data set result based on the total column. So if you run, you can see the arrangement is done. And if you want to see the output, then you can do print result the same. Okay, the same variable, you can pass it here and you can print it. You will see the result, but it's a little difficult to understand because of the space. So we can do one thing. Instead of that, we can do view result sorted ascending. So if you run it, it will appear here. So you can see result sorted ascending. So you can see based on the total column, all the data is sorted. So the total column, see the smallest value first and the highest value at last. Similarly, if you go to the code for the descending order, then you will mention the same. Result sorted descending is the variable name, and arrange function result, and desc is the function which will understand that descending based on the total column. And if you run it, or for example, instead of print, if we view, we do the view result in descending order. So we have to run this first, and then if you see the view, look here, so it is the highest first, descending. Okay, based on the total column, the descending, the highest, from highest to lowest value of the total. Based on this, everything is sorted, or you can say arranged. So this is one of the way of sorting the data. There are some standard string functions which I have not included in this discussion, so I will keep it as self-study. And there are some activity I mentioned here. You can try these activities by seeing my previous video and this video. And if you have any issues, you can contact me. These are the questions I assigned as self-study. If you can do these questions, it will help you, it will clarify your doubt.
Please like, share, and subscribe our YouTube channel. Hit the bell icon to get the latest update.
So that's all for today's lecture.